Hello.
Hi, everybody.
Welcome to Bitch Sesh.
I'm Danielle Schneider.
I'm Casey Wilson.
And we're not in the Nook.
Oh, God, no. We are 4 blocks from the Nook.
We'll tell you why very soon.
Very soon. And we've got a guest who will be popping in and out. A very special guest who is here and also not here.
Yeah, she's here when we want her, when she wants to be, and then she's gone.
Gone, baby, gone.
Yeah.
But we'll get to that in a second. Danielle, here we go again. And by here we go again, I mean Mamma Mia 2.
What a dream. Did I dream it?
Did I dream it? Because I never want to wake up.
It was a delight and a mess.
It was transcendent and terrible.
It was highs and the deepest lows.
Oh, it's brought up so much for me, both like sadness, anger, joy. It's one of the best movies I've ever seen. And one of
the worst movies I've ever seen. 100%.
It's both.
At the same time, I appreciate that.
It's not American. It's Swedish. So the sensibility is off. You're thinking it's one thing, but it's European.
You compared it to a candy bar.
Yes.
Like a European candy bar.
You're like, ooh.
You're like, I'm not sure. I mean, it is chocolate, but is it chocolate? Like, it's just confusing.
Guys, you must go see it. And I didn't tell you this, Danielle. Now, we saw it on Monday night.
Yeah.
No, Tuesday night.
Tuesday night. Yes, yesterday night.
It is Wednesday.
Yeah.
I have seen it again. Danielle, I've seen it twice
in less than 24 hours.
I've seen it twice in 24 hours.
Should you go back alone with somebody?
I went with Kulap. And I got to say, there was even less people in the theater, but there was more joy in this theater. Like, we were dancing a lot.
It was tough because we went and I expected a theater full of dancing queens. Mm-hmm. And what I got was some mumbly, moody
white people.
Yeah, it was a real bummer because Casey did a poll on the way outside the theater just because...
Well, there was a larger gentleman walking out by himself, and I said, did you like that? And he said, I loved it. I was tapping my toes. So I was like, people did like it. I just think they didn't feel free.
But we were sort of up and about and like dancing and, you know, and I just didn't feel the joy from the rest of the crowd. I felt like I couldn't express my joy.
It is so truly amazing. Lily James, that girl is a revelation.
Gorgeous. I've never seen someone so beautiful.
I'm so attracted to her.
Oh, I would love to just... make love to her.
I know. And you were robbed of the role of
the older
Christine
Greek woman.
Baranski.
No, older Greek woman. That was my role.
You were robbed of Christine Baranski as a 30-year-old. You were robbed of that role.
I mean, I'm somewhere in between the two Baranskis, younger and older Baranski.
Maybe they'll do a middle Baranski.
I would love to play middle Baranski. If the casting
great woman
gods
did.
are out there. Oh, this gorgeous young thing. Did you ever look her up to see?
I did.
Is she British?
No.
She's American?
That was hard to tell you.
How dare they?
You were like, oh, she's definitely British. I was like,
they didn't come to this country for that role. Is what I've decided to tell myself.
Lives in Los Angeles. So
does she live in my neighborhood?
She lives in Studio City. She was great.
Is it my neighbor?
Danielle, I have to tell you guys. So this happened to me the last time I watched Mamma Mia 1 before we went again. And we're laughing. Everything's going great. And my mom had recently passed away. And when Meryl Streep and Amanda Seyfried sang Slipping Through My Fingers, I became so hysterical I had to leave the theater and I couldn't finish the movie. And I was hyperventilating in the car. It is the most beautiful song about parenthood and being a daughter, being a mother, everything.
I agree.
And they got me again.
There, 3 of us were sitting in that theater
weeping.
And we had just come from a high of everybody dancing, Pierce Brosnan singing in a way that made me both disgusted and attracted to him at the same time.
He's much looser on this one. He's like, here we go again.
Yeah. Colin Firth is awkward as all get out,
love him.
but I love him. And then Stellan Skarsgård is worse for the wear. The 10 years have not been kind to him.
Someone in the movie had a line that said, time has not been kind.
And they were not right. Yeah. They were not wrong.
So look, I'm going to announce it. Nobody gives a fuck. It's literally in the first frame. Meryl's no longer with us.
No, she's died.
She's passed.
But we felt like she's on the poster. So
yeah, we were like, she's coming.
She's got to be coming.
Now, Cher makes an appearance. I want to call for Cher to be in more movies acting. I know she loves to sing. She's like Bette Midler where they love to sing and they can sing so beautifully that we forget they're also amazing actresses.
No, her in Mask and Mermaids.
No.
Her performance in Mermaids
it's one of the best performances that we have out there as that mom. It's so special and
so good.
Spirited. And I thought she was great in this and even better a second watch.
Her face is lineless in a way that it must be digitally altered.
Yeah, something has been grafted over her. I think skin has been grafted over.
It felt more than that to me. It felt like, because the other faces didn't lie and hers just told a tale I couldn't even
Scream
like
when they wore those weird white masks.
You mean the Scream mask?
Yeah. It did look like that every time she showed up. But she was she was truly, I'm not even going to put her down. She was so great.
Is she only 3 years older than Meryl Streep? Yes.
But it didn't matter because she looked 20 years younger and 40 years older than Meryl.
Yes. Yeah, all at the same time.
But then, you know what? I don't mind telling you all because you need to get to the theater to see this. Meryl joins us, and I won't say how or why, but she's on screen for 3 minutes. We clocked it.
I cried from first footstep on the screen to last.
It's truly one of the most beautiful performances committed to screen. She will win an Academy Award, right?
Agree. At least be nominated.
At the very least. I was watching people's shoulders in the theater when she arrives, what she does in that 3 minutes.
She's the actress.
We've already
of
been
our
talking
time.
for like 40 minutes on this podcast about nothing. It was so beautiful. I wept.
And then I couldn't stop thinking about it. I went home. I thought about it.
I've been listening to the song, just driving around crying.
It's beautiful. So not that it needs our
people
endorsement.
are getting there,
people are getting there. I think it's the number one movie, like way beyond anything else.
So I didn't tell you. So I walk out of the theater the second time to go to the bathroom. June calls me. So I'm like, oh, okay. I answer the phone. And then who should pass by? Kanye West.
What?
This is the second time I've seen him at the ArcLight midday.
Is that where he's going?
I said to my husband, I'm like, why is Kanye in the ArcLight always midday? He's like, well, you seem to be getting yourself there pretty good. I think he feels that's a safe space for him.
Was he at Mamma Mia?
No, he walked into something else.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Well, there's no accounting for taste.
Now, Matt McConkey, our intrepid movie reviewer, has written a review of Mamma Mia, and I'd love to hear from him.
Me too.
His thoughts.
Guys, let's get to it. It's Matt McConkey, and I'm here to do a movie review of Mamma Mia 2. Here we go again. Bing, bong. Bing, 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 bing. This is the greatest film of all time, and I just want to get that out there up top. That's not a exaggeration or an opinion or even up for debate. It's simply the greatest film of all time, and here is why. I learned so much. My mind expanded. My heart expanded, of course. This visual feast, but here's the thing. It taught me something about screenwriting. I actually now know the secret to screenwriting. Casey, Danielle, if you care to take in some tricks of the trade, lean in close. Also, by the way, maybe you pause this, go upstairs, get David, and tell him to come down and lean in because he wants to hear the tricks of the trade. He's a writer. Here's the thing. If you've ever read a book about screenwriting or taken a class, or maybe you took a Shonda Rhimes Facebook course, what do they say about screenwriting? The key is conflict. Conflict in every scene, conflict in every character, conflict in everything. Guess what? Not anymore. You know what the biggest conflict is in Mamma Mia 2? Here we go again. Amanda Seyfried is upset because it's raining and she's having a party, and this is literally 2 minutes of the movie, and then it stops raining and then everything's fine again. That's it. There is a bit of a conflict. Meryl Streep is, spoiler alert, Meryl Streep is dead. By the way, sorry. Dead in the movie, not in real life. Sorry if I upset anybody. But she still shows up. And then you get Cher. One time I met Cher. That's a whole other story. Casey, will you tell them about the time that you came and saw me in Roadhouse, the musical, and I played the Patrick Swayze role, and I was good as hell? Because Chaz Bono was in that. You know who Chaz Bono's mom is? Cher. You know who came to the last show and came backstage? Cher. She was wearing a white blazer and jeans. She came in, and I think she was wearing sunglasses. She was like, oh, I loved it, you guys. That's my Cher impression. It's very good. I know that. Okay, here's the thing. Mamma Mia 2, 5.5 Aviva legs. The most Aviva legs of all time. We've never done more than 5 Aviva legs in a Bitch Sesh review. This is 5.5 Aviva legs. Conflict-free storytelling. Conflict, that's how I'm writing all my shit from now on. And I hope you guys do too. And there's one other thing I have to add, and that's this. I'm going to be in Montreal this weekend. And I'm not even plugging the show, but if you want to, Dave Holmes and I are doing Homophilia live for the Just for Laughs Festival in Montreal, Saturday, July 28th at noon, 12 p.m. noon, a great time for live comedy. But if come to the show, I'd love for you to come to the show, but I'm not even what I'm asking for is if you're in Montreal or you have a connection to Montreal, you know who else is in Montreal right now and who's going to be there while I'm there is Jennifer Aniston. She's making an Adam Sandler movie, Netflix murder mystery thing, but you've seen her in the papers. She is bopping all over Montreal. She is going sightseeing with this one and she's going to the pool with that one. She's got time on her hands. Maybe she's got time to meet me. I don't know. Maybe one of you can tweet at me and you can set it up somehow. Guys, thank you for listening. Danielle, I love you. I miss you. And Casey, I miss you. May you rest in motherfucking peace.
Well, we're back. And that sound you're hearing, try to guess what it is. I think it might be hard to guess.
Just try.
That is the sound of our guest
Getting a manicure as she's recording this podcast.
Our guest is Ms. June Diane Raphael. We're in her home while she's getting a mani-pedi. And I'm laughing, but I really shouldn't because I do this type of thing as well.
She has not moved a muscle. We have placed the microphone in front of her mouth. She only barely has to lean in to be heard.
They say women can't do it all. You have your lines next to you for...
She's learning lines.
You've got foils on for gels, is that...
Yeah, well, these are taking off gels, and then we'll put new gels on, of course.
Oh, so we're sitting here through gels, too.
Yeah. We're going to be here for a while. I was worried before because I was moving some papers around, as Bethany says. I was shuffling some papers around, and I have my foils on, and I was worried the intro also caught that sound.
Well, I think it's just all part of the ambiance of your house.
We're catching a lot of sounds. I mean, you're getting your toes done and your nails. I tried to find a wine opener. I
just couldn't get up. I was so worried the door was locked, which I guess wasn't because you guys got right on in.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Yeah.
Welcome.
So, calling all.
Welcome, question mark?
It's so nice to be both here and not here.
Yeah, like we said, she's not an official guest tonight.
No, she is. She came on to do a statement, but we have sort of made it into something else.
Yeah, we were like, we'll come over and let you do your statement. She's going to pop in when she wants to.
And pop out.
Oh, I thought you were going to be gone. Okay, but you were back for that. Yeah. You wanted
She
to
also
make
has a wine glass in her hand, everybody.
with foils on.
It's like Medusa.
This is truly wild. And watching the baby monitor, and I see your computer's up.
Yeah, she's
several different screens.
Women can have it all.
Yes. I'm impressed.
Yeah.
Thank you.
June, what was the statement that you wanted to come on and give? You felt very compelled.
Well, I did. I had some follow-up questions, which I texted both of you, and nobody texted me back.
Well, we wanted to save it for the stage.
Okay, so we're...
I didn't agree, and I couldn't take that conversation on.
So you both... Okay, so my question was about your point of view on Luanne's kids and their lawsuit, and them going after...
Sorry, it's just, you're really getting them filed.
And
I'm trying to do serious journalism here.
I don't want you to stop doing your work or do it any less.
And yet, do you want us to do our work?
Maya. I do, but I also, both things can be true. So I want to make sure you don't lessen the file or...
I thought you were going to say, Maya, like, we don't need them quite as short, but no.
No. You were like, lean in on the filing.
So my question about Lou's kids, do you guys really think they deserve this money?
I guess I would say they do.
Yeah.
Why?
Because their father, as part of their divorce settlement, said to Lou, look, you can have the house, you can live in it, but when you sell it, half of that house is our children's.
Okay, so you have no problem at all with just inherited wealth in general.
Well, when you put it like that.
Okay.
Put a real spin on that.
No idea this is where we were going.
Of course this is where we were going.
Oh, wow. I thought you were going to come from a place of like, look, that's Lou's money. Like, she was in that marriage and like...
No, I mean, it has everything to do with like why trust funds exist, like why, all concentrated wealth is in like essentially dynasties and doesn't create opportunities for...
Okay, I'm sorry. It's hard to listen. Take this seriously. It's hard to listen about trust funds and watching you ready your nails for a show you're about to be on that will leave your children a trust fund.
I will not leave my children
I
a
won't
trust
either.
fund. And of course,
I don't have one to leave.
Well,
but
I have nothing in it.
It's all going to the nails.
Because of my upkeep. But But that's what I'm saying is, first of all, if you look at the history of inherited wealth in this country, and I know that they have European wealth, but it's not great. And it's based on slave labor, and there are all sorts of reasons why there's a huge inequality between people who have a gross amount of wealth and people who don't.
Yes.
So, no, I don't think the kids deserve a penny of that money.
Okay.
Wow. Hard to argue with the other side at this point.
I am going to take the other side because I guess, and look, no one can disagree with what you're saying, but it's a little apples to oranges only in that. Why would Lou even get it then?
I'm not saying Lou deserves it.
Is that not the count's money? Or maybe it's his family's money is what you're
Who do you think deserves that money?
I'm not saying that Lou necessarily deserves that money, although I think there's a case to be made for women receiving healthy divorce settlements after they've reared children. And
well, that's why I thought you were coming from.
And that is where I'm coming from. But I do not believe that those children deserve that money. And in fact, Lou may be doing the best thing for them.
Noelle gets no more breakdancing lessons.
Those two kids need to pull
now.
That's exactly right. Adults need to pull themselves up.
Now, what if
what
if Lou were to pass? Then can they have some?
Absolutely, but I think there's a difference. I think there's a difference between like setting your children up and giving them an education and giving them all the things they deserve and healthcare and basic, ways to sustain themselves and set them up for a successful life for them to sustain themselves.
But here's my question to
Don't
you.
you think that money might be doing that for them?
These are grown-ass children, and they're looking for, what, $6 million?
Let me ask you a question, though. Does Lou deserve any more? Like, that's a shit load of money. She has, if you think about it,
it could be all relative, guys. That count could have 30 more houses and could have just given Lou that and been stingy. And maybe maybe this is about Lou and him.
And if you think about all that she has, and this is why I do believe women deserve generous divorce settlements, because she has taken off time to rear children and follow him across the world
and do the housewives.
Who knows what Lou's personal wealth could have been had she not done that. Meaning she has taken off that time and commitment to have his children, blah, blah,
left
blah.
her nursing career.
Absolutely. She could be,
in Connecticut.
Yes. But we have no idea and we'll never be able to know. But I do think she deserves a healthy settlement.
I think she deserves a healthy settlement, but I think it's a discussion with the children. I think to just do that, because this is what they were expecting.
Yeah, like what point are you getting to where your kids are suing you?
Yeah.
It's not great. By the way, to me, those kids... all the more reason to keep that money from them.
Yeah.
All the more reason. They don't deserve a fucking penny of it. To sue their mom? I'm sorry. I don't care what she did. I do not believe that they deserve a penny.
But I also think again, we can't be... We can't be there.
I had no idea you were going to come out swinging on this issue.
It's tough.
Where did you guys think I was going with it?
I thought you were going to lean more on the side of Lou deserves every penny. The inherited family wealth.
I thought you were going to say the cat probably has a ton of money.
On this breezy evening.
And look, I appreciate every point that you're bringing.
Yes,
I also,
that's what I mean.
My husband and I, when we went to do our will, the guy was like, okay, well, if you both die, would you leave your kids money? I said, not till they're like 35, 37, because I don't want them to have a penny. Then they won't work. And that money should go someplace else. And then my husband was like, well, could they have a little bit if they had like an idea they wanted to pursue? I said, what kind of idea? He said,
pitch me, baby. Send me a tag.
He goes, maybe a screenplay. I go, I don't know. They got to run that. Who's attached? Can I come back and play a little role from the dead? I said, your dad needs to make sure the log line is strong.
Absolutely.
Yes,
and not just these actors have any foreign value. Like, let's start talking.
And let's also talk about sequels. Let's not forget about sequels.
You're not just getting money for a shit screenplay.
Because guess what? One isn't enough anymore, especially for overseas.
Look, I think a lot of course, the just issue and disparity of wealth is the most disgusting thing. But only speaking of children that have grown up with a ton of wealth, and maybe this is a blanket statement, there's a lot of drug use because there's no motivation.
Yes. If anyone saw that.
I've never seen people so unhappy as people who have been given money.
Truly.
Early. And then maybe that's Noelle and what's her name?
Lou's daughter. She posts
Victoria.
naked. Yes, she posts
Victoria.
naked for
And
her
by the
own-
way, I was the most hurt by Victoria.
But see, that's not fair. Now you're just most hurt by her.
Well, Noelle, I remember.
Quiet
I
over
have
there,
this
Mia. You're dropping tools, as we discussed.
Yeah.
I do remember there was some foreshadowing because when Noelle was during his like breakdancing years.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was his first year.
Salad days.
Yeah. I remember
a young
him
buck.
saying to Lou, "Are you going out again?" Do you remember that? They had it on camera where she was going out. Of course, she was always going out.
Yeah.
And you could see he wanted her to stay there. And
I feel bad because my son looks at me.
I was gonna say, my
believe
daughter
me,
said the
this
very
is
same
literally
thing to
every
me
day
this
of my
evening
life.
as
So
I-
I felt terribly, but I saw something in his eyes, something flash. And then there were the accusations of her being like a weekend mom, or what do they call her, a weekday mom, or something like that. So I do think that this has been. I'm not shocked.
Do you think they're suing her because of she's recently been arrested and they're just like, this woman can't be trusted with our family money?
Casey, to file a lawsuit against your mother. I mean, it is.
It's beyond the
It's
pale.
heartbreaking.
They probably had to
I'm
threaten
actually
her.
very worried about Lou. I'm very worried about
They
Lou.
also must have known that the minute they filed that, it would go very public.
Of course, a public lawsuit.
But what must they? What
publicly
point
filed.
must they have like come to do that? I'm not on their side. I'm just trying to figure it out. It's so wild.
Now, I do think what's his face, the count is behind all this, and he's thrown their names on it.
And they're up in this web of like inherited wealth because he's like, you're not going to get another penny.
Yeah, and it's like
Those paintings don't sell themselves, Victoria.
well, it's not. Is it Victoria's paintings?
Yeah.
Or her niece?
Victoria's the painter.
Yes, the
Oh,
niece
Victoria's
is
the painter.
the girlfriend. Just it's Adam.
Oh,
Adam's ex.
Adam's ex. But wasn't the niece on the Bravo show?
She was at one time that she was like, I'm downtown. Remember
Yeah.
she went out with the niece to go downtown?
No, but wasn't she on the art show that Bravo did with Sarah Jessica
but that would
Parker
have been
hosted
a
it?
great. Oh, I thought you meant the Bravo art show that was like art. That's what she means.
Yeah.
Oh, that would have been a nice crossover.
I think Luanne's niece
Was on there.
Denise, whatever her name was on it. It's a little more square. I'm only kidding.
No, you're not kidding. This is truly.
We are taking this podcast to places it's never been before.
Yeah, the nice
It
thing
hasn't been a mobile road
No.
show, but maybe it should be.
I
Like maybe you guys should just be heading into
know.
homes and seeing what's what.
It does feel like. Do you ever watch did you ever listen to The Splendid Table on NPR? Lynn Rossetto Casper was always
course.
like,
Hi, I'm Lynn
yes.
Rossetto Casper.
She was always like in a diner and you could hear like plates in the background.
Yes, exactly.
So this is exactly the
Yeah.
experience we want to.
I mean, the long story short, I was hurt by the children doing that, and I do think the count is behind it, and I don't think so. So Victoria's art career, of course. She deserve some money from her mom? No, she does not deserve it. Okay, is it a nice thing if Lou sets aside some money to support her as an artist and be a patron? Yeah, it's lovely, but that is not worth $6 million.
I agree.
I think it's 3 because Lou's supposed to get half, but still.
But and then split it between the two children, and then it's only 1.5
1.5 each.
To sue your mom over 1.5.
1.5.
Yeah,
How
that's
dare
just not
you.
enough. I wouldn't. I would just be like, fuck it.
Yeah. Unless there's
Sorry, guys. I really wish you were here.
unless there's
see this.
other money that they're worried about too, which is
There is
very
other
possible.
money. That's the other thing too. You don't think the count has other money that is set aside for
Or
them?
does he?
Does he have nothing?
Oh, maybe
I could see him having-
I could
yeah.
see him having nothing and like traipsing through the.
And that's why the kids
Italian
are like,
Riviera.
this is literally all the money that's left. And like, mommy's just gotten arrested. Daddy's got nothing left. We always pretended we had more than we did. This is what we had. Because Lou's
But
living.
can you imagine, Casey and Danielle? Can you imagine thinking like, I need my parents' money at the age of 20, however old
If
they
you
are?
didn't grow, and I'm not excusing it, I'm saying like these kids grew up thinking that was there for them. Like,
well,
I don't-
that's wrong. Then
you know
you
what I'm
should be
saying.
learning this lesson.
So it seems you've come around.
I,
The minute you sent that text back, I came around. didn't take all this. The tone of your text was that which I was like, oh, I'm wrong again.
I'm often wrong. June, okay, before you dip out to learn your lines, we need to discuss Carole's departure while we're on New York.
I broke the news to June when I walked in this evening.
And I couldn't move my body because I had, foil on my nails and toes, but I was shocked.
Yeah.
I was shocked.
Your breath left your body.
Yeah.
I told you.
Guys, I don't like to say this word about a woman. I think Carole's a bitch. I'm sorry to say, I don't care for her attitude. And yes, I'm deep into my reading of the 4 agreements, and I'm trying to no longer gossip. As we said, this podcast is out of that.
Definitely out of the agreement.
It's the 5th agreement.
Yeah, the 5th agreement. I've also agreed it doesn't count here. But like Carole in this episode was so nasty. I got what Bethany was saying to her. Now, Bethany seemed insane to voice it out loud, but Bethany's like, you just don't care about anything. You're acting too cool. Like, this fight doesn't bother you. Like, my feelings are hurt, and you're acting like... Carole's whole thing is like, Bethany, yeah, we drifted apart. It happens.
Carole is gaslighting Bethany a bit this whole season.
1,000%.
Yeah.
Not that Bethany is taking it well in a way that a person who has dealt with their issues will take it. An adult person who knows how to handle somebody and is like, she's not handling it well.
And the way Carole said after they'd sort of made up in the limo, she's like, a lot of Bethany's relationships explode. Now, that is true, 100%. But it's like, you know what? Bethany actually really did put a lot into that relationship. You can tell.
And also, I think what I found so shocking about Carole, and I had a lot of sympathy for Bethany and Cartagena, because I felt like... I felt like Bethany did open up to Carole about the most traumatizing thing that's happened to her, which is the custody battle.
Which, okay, you didn't see this week. Carole goes... What is going on in Bethany's life that is so terrible? She's got a beautiful daughter. She's a business empire. She's got a beautiful home. What could be bothering her? I want to go, sweetie, she's going through a custody agreement.
But I think she might
could be literally, I do not think anything more traumatizing. This guy's stalking her.
It seems just completely...
It does seem like a nightmare.
She has turned on Bethany because if you remember, she was the one last season that was defending Bethany, saying, you have no idea what she is going through. Her ex-husband is stalking her. So to do a 180 like that and pretend
that
it never
painful.
happened, that she did, like it is. Again, do I think that everything Carole is saying about Bethany is true? Of course.
Well, but it's hard though, because I actually think they are both emotionally stunted in different ways.
Yes.
So I think when, Carole's husband passed, that was the end of Carole's growth. And she's still there in many ways. Mm-hmm. So, and Bethany's still at the racetracks, and they're, and it's like they're handling it in different ways. And Carole's reaction is to go away. Like she goes away.
And that's what Bethany's like, you're not here, basically.
And
like,
that to me is terrifying. And we know Bethany had withholding parents or
whomever that man was.
And Carole is withholding like I have never seen.
It's actually really pointed and nasty.
So cruel.
It's very
because
cruel.
That is someone I heard say this today. The opposite of love isn't hate. It's like not giving a shit.
Was that the end of that? You gotta make that up.
No, it was better said than that, but it was like apathy or whatever. Like it was like the opposite.
Was it indifference maybe?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But it's true. It's like
but it's true. And she is being indifferent to her. She's not
because what that's doing to Bethany is totally re-traumatizing her. Like, oh, my parent who's supposed to love me doesn't.
I wrote down Carole acts like Bethany's mom, and she's creating this hell for Bethany because Carole is smart and she knows what she's doing. Even leaving the show and dumping it on Bethany's doorstep. She's like,
I'd like to read the statement.
Yeah, she's like, I'm leaving because of you, because I don't want to deal with you.
Because she pretends
like I would give my whole career up. Meanwhile, I'm sure she decided to leave. It's been embarrassing that she stayed this long.
Here's the statement from Carole that she made. After 6 seasons on Bravo's Real Housewives of New York, I've decided to return to what I do best, journalism and producing. I am sure this does not come as a surprise to any of the viewers, all of whom have been supportive, encouraging, and kind. My original curiosity about reality television has waned over the years, and I am focusing on TV and writing projects that better suit my more steady temperament. I have worked with amazing producers, made great friends, and I'm thrilled to leave the frenemies behind. I will remember this entire experience with delight, humor, and a voracious accuracy. Next.
Voracious accuracy. What a sociopath.
Yeah.
You're going to remember this reality show with a voracious accuracy?
Because she is preparing to write about it and to throw everybody
she's
under the
preparing
bus.
for a ghostwriter to write about this.
Yes.
I mean, she's not well in a very different way. And I feel like when she came to the blood drive, whoever's blood drive that was, and said, I'm underweight. Remember that?
No.
You don't remember when she
It was the
announced,
blood
I'm
drive.
underweight
yes.
and I can't give
Remember
blood?
when Sonia and everyone's like sitting on people's laps during the blood drive?
Sure.
Yeah. But she
They were
said
all
it
like
was
had a
sort of
different
like-
reason they couldn't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was sort of off mic, but she was like, oh no, I can't give blood. I'm underweight. And it was such a creepy statement of like, I am not fully here. And I think to see someone like Bethany.
I don't have enough blood in my body.
I literally don't have the blood to give. And it was
Wow.
like, wow, Bethany is totally a dysregulated person, but she is here on this earth. Like it's sometimes in ways that are so chaotic and wrong, but she is fully alive in every way.
I don't agree the way Bethany fights. Like Carole will be like, I don't know. It was kind of hard when you sent that text. Bethany's like, don't do that. I will not have you bring up that text. It's like, okay.
And she attacks. She's a pit bull, and she'll just
She
be like,
attacks.
prove it. Like
Yes.
that shit to fight with that.
But if you don't see how much Bethany is hurting, you're a bad person. You're a mean person.
To walk away, I don't care if I was screaming and crying, fighting with someone when we were saying terrible things. If I saw them hysterically crying and having a breakdown, I would go to them.
She was like, she's just crying.
I don't
when
know.
Things aren't about her. She has to cry.
Yeah. But I also think like Bethany like can't understand Carole's grief either. Like there are places they can't go with each other, and they're both very small children. It's quite sad. And also like Carole's relationship to Tinsley.
I was just thinking, see, that's where we see Carole. I know. Tinsley is how we know Carol's not what Carole wants to be. Like that, she's shallow. That's how deep she can go. Is
Exactly.
Carole. And it's strange because I found her book, What Remains, to actually be quite deep.
So deep.
But the problem, I mean, do you think she's trapped in sort of that time with Anthony and wanting to go back there and wanting to go back to like the age of Tinsley?
I don't think so. I think she's trapped in the age of Adam and Tinsley. Like she's hanging out with these younger folk.
Right. But I think because she wants to go back, like she lost out on that time.
Yeah.
To be a 20-something. Like that time was gone for her. And it feels like she's trying to constantly like be this. And it's not even that wants to be youthful or look that way. I mean, that's all true. It's more just that she's so much smarter and seems to be more with it than she's behaving like. And it's creepy to watch.
Yeah. Quickly, June. OC is on. There's only been 2 episodes. The first one was such a snooze. The second one picked up a little bit for me. We got 2 new people, Emily and Gina. Long Island girl, June.
Wow.
And she looks a bit like Brianna. I like her very much. Okay,
I have not seen the second
haven't seen
episode
the
yet.
second
Sorry, I was
Okay.
too busy watching Mamma Mia.
No problem. Here
Do we
is-
have an update on Eddie's health?
Eddie's doing fine. I
Okay.
mean, Eddie needs to stop with the cut fitness hats.
Yes.
I feel like he
Both of
was like,
them.
listen, Tamara, this is obviously your fucking last season. And if I get anything out of this thing, I've been called gay. I've been raked through the coals. I have 20 stints. Just
I have
put in my heart.
Yeah, I was like,
will
my
wear
heart
cut
cannot take this show.
I will wear my cut fitness hat, be it at a formal dinner or be it in the bathtub. It's going to be on. So, June, here's Vicky now living with
Roger Lodge's brother.
Roger
Yeah.
Lodge's brother, who's lovely and cute.
Steve Lodge.
Now they're living together. And
Yeah, a
Vicky's-
Trump supporter, but go on.
He is
They're
too?
monster. But of course.
Okay,
Yes.
sorry. I just refuse to believe it because he does seem so nice.
I think he might have even like gotten wasn't he the sheriff or something? I think he's into bad things. I might be just making this up.
I'm
I
sure.
have my concerns.
So now he lives with her, June, and she says to him, well, you're living here, but when are you going to tell everyone you're living with Vicky Gunvalson? Because Vicky Gunvalson doesn't want to live alone. She's so...
She wants to get married to him.
She's like, he's given me everything but this, and she holds up her finger and she's like but a ring. And it's like...
She has leaned in on him because last season
doesn't
it
like
seemed
him.
you think so?
Yeah.
I just have to say goodbye to my cousin Keith. Bye, Keith. It was so
Again,
great
many
to
things
see
to
you.
do here.
I'm so sorry. I'd love to give you a hug. I'm just in the middle of the manicure.
And a podcast.
So
Sorry, Keith. We'd love to
Sorry.
say bye.
wonderful to see you. Have a great trip back.
Bye, Keith.
Bye.
There's a lot going on. Now, June, you and Tamara Barney have the same car.
No, we don't. And I knew you were going to say that, and I was prepared. She drives a Chevy Suburban, which is an enormous car. I drive a Chevy Tahoe, which is but they're both more modest.
It's hardly modest. Okay, you have driven up, and I've seen people clear the roads like in a movie when someone's like barreling down a road.
Oh, people get the hell out of the way.
Can I say when I've been in your car, I feel like I'm in my first apartment.
Yeah.
It is.
It's bigger than most studio apartments in New York.
Yeah.
I love
it's
it.
a living room. So I knew you were going to say that. It is not the same car.
Okay,
Her
apologize.
car is much bigger.
Okay.
Yeah.
She also has a white Range Rover.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I used to watch her driving those white cars. I do like a white luxury car.
So does
I'm not
Vicky.
gonna
Vicky's
lie.
in a
So
white
does
one
Vicky.
too.
Wait, speaking of Vicky.
Okay, guys. Now it's beeping.
Going for the heat.
Is the
There's
heat on the gel lamp. Guys, I'm sure, you know what? If people are annoyed, I don't care, but I don't think they are.
No,
I think they're here for it.
I'm enjoying it. Now, let's go back to the Steve Lodge and the Vicky of it all.
Yeah.
And you think she does not love him.
No.
I think she's turned the corner on him.
I
She's
think
not
you're
attracted to
right,
him.
Casey. Something is like I do think like she doesn't want to be alone, but there doesn't seem to be any real connection
There's
between
nothing
the two
in
of them.
her brain. She's like, people will like him. He's cute. He's got a job. He's nice. But there's nothing going on under, below waist level for her. With
Below
him.
deck.
Nothing going on below deck Mediterranean.
Below deck
Okay,
med.
Vicky.
So
also
wait, can I just say
said-
something?
yes.
Because as you know, I really believe she is a very energetic lover.
Much like Ramona Singer.
Ramona Singer bounces off the wall.
Check out
Yes,
Ramona's
she's a
Instagram.
spinner.
Have you
For
been
sure.
on her? Did you say squirter?
Spinner.
I bet she's a squirter too.
Spinner and squirter, all of them.
She's all of it. Singer, spinner.
Ramona, go to her Instagram. There is a picture of
her in Montauk.
just grinding up against young people in a suit that a 20-year-old would be.
Listen, though, if Ramona Singer, if you were on one of those speed dates and she turned her energy to you, like, I think I would be
I was
powerless
on Watch
under
What
it.
Happens Live with her, and I was devoured like Tom Cruise. Like the way
Really?
they get into your head, and you're just like, I love you. She was
powerful.
She was touching my arm. Like, she's one of those people that reads like 7 Habits of like
Yeah.
highly successful people, like eye contact, cozying up. She's like, Case, we're having fun, Case. I was like, oh, wow. I love this woman.
Well, she is having
Yeah.
a summer to remember.
This summer?
said of herself-
Carol's last summer?
As Carole is moving down, she's
I feel that.
rising like
I
a
feel
phoenix.
like we're in a new zone with her.
Vicky said, I'm the bomb.com. I'm sexier than shit. I hope Steve proposes. I want to be married again. That's how God built me. I don't want to be alone.
So I do not think this policeman is fucking her the way that she needs to be fucked.
How do you think she needs to be?
reduce him
Wait,
policeman?
He's at least like a lieutenant.
law.
He is a detective, if anything.
I just don't believe it. Like there's nothing.
No, he's
It
too
is
mild.
missionary.
And whatever, yes, for sure. Whatever was going on with what's his face, not Don, but the other one, Brooks.
Brooks. You can't-
Like
you don't-
something. I forgot about Brooks. Something was right about their sexual
yeah.
chemistry. Yeah.
Hun, she was so into him. She mentioned Brooks in this last episode. She's like, my ex is getting married again. Good luck to her. And she was seething, and he's staring at her with like a goofy grin. He's like, don't worry
Yeah.
about it, babe. It's like
He's like out back, like rinsing down the lawn furniture. Like he always seems to be doing.
He does
You know,
seem
where
to be-
Brooks was always just like sitting.
Well, Brooks was always looking at her. He was always talking about her vagina.
What a
like,
con artist.
constantly talking about her
What a
vagina.
con artist.
And I don't think Steve even knows her vagina's there. Like he is out to lunch.
I'm starting to realize Vicky. Everyone's always like, oh, Vicky knew he was lying. Vicky knew he had cancer. I'm like, she couldn't afford to know.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
She knew, but she couldn't afford to really, really know. Wow. She was getting a lot out of that.
And I
And the
think
stakes
you're
were
right.
so high. Her daughter hated him. It's like, were she to be
Yeah.
like, yeah, he's faking cancer. She wasn't ready to let him go. And it was like, she would look so
Wow,
stupid.
all of a sudden I'm realizing something, which is I actually think, Casey, that she was having such great sex with Brooks that him being sick was such a turnoff. And so that was the reason she was like, I'm not going to look at this. I'm not going to go to a doctor with you. Like, I'm going to ignore this.
He thinks that because he had cancer, she was like, He won't fuck me like I need.
He just fucked the sense out of her.
Okay, speaking of fucking the sense out of someone, Shannon Bedore has a new man.
Yeah, she does.
He's a larger gentleman.
Okay, bigger boy.
Yeah.
You know I like a bigger boy.
You do. You always have.
Always have.
Yeah, when we see him coming, you are always
I like
been
a
ready.
bigger boy.
Yeah. Well, he is, and he is a widower, which we did some texts, and Danielle, you had texted me, honestly, this is very dark to say, but Shannon should be with a widower. She can't handle an ex-wife in the picture. And Matt McConkey said, this ribeye of a man will drench you in sweat, but he will never leave you and you will feel beautiful. Dorinda to Shannon.
So the only thing I worry about him being a widower is she's not competing with a live person, obviously, but is she competing with just like this perfect
ghost.
memory?
Like the Rebecca of
like
it
that.
all.
That is almost
ghost.
harder to me.
Now, he has been married in between.
Oh, okay. And divorced. Okay.
Oh, so there's there's a second
But
one.
he's a millionaire.
and she's
Great.
friends. That's where did he make his money?
Real estate. And there's photos of them in New York and they're having champagne and a really nice restaurant. And she's like, I'm having a ball in New York. I feel good. Well, when Tamara's talking about her house this week, she's like, look, my house is nothing special. It's a 4,000 square foot house. It's nothing
Tamara
special.
afford
That's a huge
that
house, you fucking bitch.
in Orange County.
hate Tamara.
She's the worst. She needs to go.
This new girl, Emily, Ryan, Tamara's son kind of looks like him, which is very weird. Emily's husband, Shane. Ryan looks like Sidebar.
I was interested in that kitchen she was putting in and how that banquette was going to work.
I thought the banquette looked cute.
Yeah.
Again, how are she affording this house in Orange County? That is a lot of money.
Guys, they're on this show.
And that's it.
I think that's it. How much is Tamara making? Eddie, here's what I want Eddie to do. This is no disrespect. This is just full out plan. Sell cut, buy an Orange Theory franchise. Wow. That's a beautiful plan for him. I love Orange Theory. You can get a great price on a franchise. I have a friend whose sister owns one. That's where he belongs because he could teach an Orange Theory real quick.
There's nothing proprietary about Cut Fitness.
No,
there's
we've been
nothing.
there. Tumble. There is no one there. We went
Really,
there.
there was no one there.
There was no.
So I want to know whose side you guys are on. So Vicky and Kelly get into a huge fight because Vicky apparently, without telling Kelly, her friend, has gone on 2 double dates with Kelly's ex-husband. 2. And she's like, what? And Vicky's like, I'm not getting into this with you. You don't like him. He came to a barbecue. I'm not making drama. Yes, we went out to dinner a couple of times. And Kelly's hysterically crying. She's like, you're not my friend. And Vicky's like, she doesn't even like him anymore. It's like, Vicky, it's still the father of her daughter.
Husband too. They are newly divorced.
Well, that's a nice color, June.
Thank you.
Oh, I do like it.
What is that?
Maya, what color is this?
Just a regular nude.
Just a regular
nude.
Just a regular nude.
Just a regular nude. Thank you.
Any other OC tidbits?
No, I just think Vicky's going to turn Tamara and Shannon against each other now that, so Vicky apologizes to Eddie for calling him gay at dinner tonight. And it is such an uncomfortable scene. I truly was.
He went out to dinner with her. He seems so angry with
Guys,
her.
I was moved. She gives a monologue. She goes, Eddie, I didn't know what to say to you. Her hands are shaking. And if this was a performance, it's truly next level, Vicky. She goes, so in the last night I've been up all night, I looked up in the Bible and I'd like to quote from Deuteronomy. What?
Deuteronomy. Wow, that's a deep cut too. In
But
the Bible.
Tamara's nodding like, yeah, Deuteronomy. Yeah, I love
B-side.
Deuteronomy. Which, speaking of B-sides, all through Mamma Mia, you were like, these are the B-sides.
Yeah, they were the less known songs of Mamma Mia. Like you got some reprises of like, yes, Mamma Mia and
Dancing Queen. Dancing Queen, they just let extras do it. They're like, we don't have Meryl. We're just going to let our background do it.
Why wasn't Meryl in the movie?
Okay.
We have many theories.
Okay.
They are selling this movie on Meryl.
Of course. I think she was like, look, I gave you a whole film. I was in every fucking number of the first one. I'll give you one song. Done.
And they did. And it's going to be the biggest movie in the country.
Because I think she knows they're going to come again. She did her part. She was amazing.
Do you think she just didn't want to do more?
I don't want to say it like that.
There was barely a story to tell the first.
What they're saying, because I researched it extensively, as much as Vicky was into Deuteronomy last night, I was into Mamma Mia too, like trying to find information on, they were like, it aided our storytelling best to have Meryl like just a little bit. And I'm like, well, that's a lie.
That is a fucking
Meryl
lie.
had said yes, they would have built an entire story.
Or I'm
her.
like, it was kind of an interesting story without her. They were flashing back in time. It was both a prequel and a sequel. I don't know if everyone knows that. So
A lot of time jumps.
A lot of time jumps. Sandy Tamara's mom is rattling around in the background.
Ooh, always.
Always now.
I feel like she's always like putting dishes away in the background.
And then whenever Tamara cries, she's right there holding hands and crying too. Like,
I find her, I'm going to say something unkind that just a flag we maybe want to cut out, but I find her whole look to be unsettling.
her and Kelly Dodd's mom.
Unsettling. Yeah. Like there's something elfish about her and just
I could never tell Tamara's and Vicky's moms apart.
Vicky's mom?
Yeah, Vicky's mom and R.I.P.
Danielle.
I am not speaking ill of the dead. I am just speaking plainly.
Vicky's mom was a real character. She had a husky voice and was always a little
Tamara's
drunk.
mom is,
Some of us have passed.
you can't speak of the dead. I didn't speak ill. I just spoke.
I guess we can. We spoke of Marilyn, who's also passed from Mamma Mia. Wow. Yeah, Tamara's mom is...
There's something off about her. And I know she had a tough upbringing, but...
Of course there is. I love how you're like, I think there's
I was like, she's admittedly been like, I was a terrible mom. I wasn't there.
Yeah.
She has, and it's tough, she has a mushroom cap cut.
Oh, yeah.
We're all going to have to get one of those. So just settle in.
No, because I know she had a facelift. I mean, we all saw it, right? When she got that facelift. But it didn't.
And Tamara was like, Mommy's going under.
But I don't think it did anything. Like, because she doesn't.
It's there.
It's there.
Has Kelly Dodd's mom made an appearance this season?
No. And
Oh my God. Remember when Kelly tried to get her to that like senior community center?
Now, you know who is with us as a cast member is Kelly's daughter.
Oh,
I want her kept off
Jolie.
camera.
Me too. I feel for
She's
Jolie.
sweet. I don't want her in this
I don't like
mix.
that Kelly's involving her in her antics and her
No, and
dating.
today
out to
Kelly's like,
dinner.
today in the preview for next week, Kelly's like, Vicky was wrong, right? And Jolie's like, also getting manicure. Jolie's like, Mom, she's obviously not your real friend. Why are all the daughters of these housewives kind of sage by default?
I don't know. It's like Avery Singer, Brianna, Jolie.
Victoria.
Does maybe Victoria deserve a little something now?
Maybe she should get an extra little something. I mean, truly, to put your daughter who's like pubescent and going through, how old is she? 14?
Yeah, not
12?
even. I think she's like 12.
Can you imagine
12.
putting your daughter on screen
While you're like
national
drunk and
TV?
slurring with Vicky
It's-
Gumbelson and being like,
What
yeah,
about
I'm going
Kim,
out.
It's not
Kim
great.
Zolciak's daughter? Who
wow.
She has.
Do you think there's anything to Kelly putting Jolie on camera to spite her ex?
Despite Michael.
Well, he put her on camera last season.
I agree with Vicky in that I think Kelly hates Michael so much she like doesn't really care. Whereas like Shannon is in that period of grief where it's like a tick. Literally, someone's like, "How are you, Shannon?" She's like, "Well, my husband's dating a younger woman, so not good."
Did you see they got tattoos? David Bador and his new girlfriend
This fucking woman
got matching tattoos of hearts on their fingers.
wow. He's
Can
such a piece
someone
of shit.
pull up a pic of her?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So he sent Shannon. They're going to Puerto Vallarta next week.
Okay.
Shannon and Vicky and Tamara, they've all made up again. Now Shannon also needs to cut her hair. I'm so glad. No, I want to see him in Puerto Vallarta. Vicky just wants to whoop it up, and that's all we need.
That's all we need.
I feel like the producers
Here she
were like,
is.
"Listen, Tamara, if you want to stay on the show,
Yeah.
you make up with Vicky."
Here they are. I'm showing them a picture of it.
Oh no. Her handle is Loving Life in Newport?
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh no. Pull up another pic.
Okay.
She's too young.
Yeah.
Oh no. Is this the woman he had originally had the affair
No.
with? Okay.
New woman.
Tamara needs. Sorry to jump abruptly, but Tamara's working. I think she looks very young. Like I feel like she's had some work done or a freshening, but she's really rocking these messy, gnarled braids. A lot of messy braids, like fuzzy braids. I don't know. I don't know what to feel about them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Tamara, listen, if I'm Tamara's age and I have that body, I think I'm a
But
pretty
that's
happy
all
camper.
she does is that body. There is nothing she does. To preserve and protect that
brand,
body,
yeah.
the brand and the body, it is a full-time 24/7 job. she is never not doing something for that body. And that's a lot of work.
But I do think, and this is the credit I give to her, just genetics, I do think there are people who could do that much and still not look the way Tamara looks. You know?
I mean, I think she truly enjoys it.
I think she enjoys it.
Look, I've been reading this book, The Obesity Code, and science is saying now it's 98. It's your husband getting water, so I'm going to speak up a little. Getting
The
ice.
hustle and bustle of the...
9:30. Can the house go to bed? Can we turn down?
No, it's like Grand Central fucking Station in here.
Anyway, I'll repeat that. I'm reading this book, The Obesity Code, and basically they've discovered now that they used to say it was like 70% food, 30% working out. It's 98% food.
98% food?
98%
I believe
food.
98% food. Dr. Jason Fung.
98% food.
Yeah.
Wow. I did think the scene
But
where...
of course, so you can obviously, exercise
whatever
is
you want.
amazing for your health.
Yes. So you're saying but I'm just saying that like...
So that I'm just saying it might be your food, it might be genetics. I don't really know what I'm saying with that
the
statement.
maintenance that goes into being...
I don't really know why.
Just a fact to get out
I
there.
know. It's like, what? I don't know the side you're taking.
My therapist recommended that book to me.
Wait a second. Your therapist... Oh, by the way, I emailed someone who I thought was my therapist and who was not.
What did you say?
I'm so embarrassed.
Who was the person you emailed? Like, what part of your life was the person that received the email in?
The person I emailed was a friend's wife.
Okay.
And not somebody I know well. And somebody, I just don't, I know her, but I have been missing a number of appointments and paying for them. I mean, I go to therapy every week and often just pay for the appointments and don't show up for them and don't call in. And then a number of times I go and sleep there and then like actually dream and then wake up and report the dreams and then go back to sleep. So I told you there was a long spell where I was going to therapy.
Are you lying down
and
on the couch?
Yes, lying down on the couch, analysis. Then I would go lie down, fall asleep, sleep for a spell, and then have a dream and wake up and in real time tell my therapist, like, this is what I was just dreaming
So
about.
he's just watching you sleep?
She's
just watching
Danielle, how dare you?
I thought you said he at some point. So she just watches you sleep?
Yes.
Like, is she checking emails?
No.
Yeah. She just has to sit there. Yeah, that's on your dime, I guess.
Yeah, I'm paying for it.
How do you sleep watch someone watching you sleep?
Well, I don't see her. She's behind me.
Oh, because it's analysis.
So, but I meant to, we've had a lot of conversations about why. I mean, all of our work is surrounding why I can't get there.
Oh,
that's the baby monitor.
Okay, guys. And why can't you get there? Well, you're too busy. You have a lot
I am
going on.
very busy.
So much going
You started
on.
a business. You're writing a book.
I'm very busy.
You're
but
also performing on a TV show.
Yes.
Getting your nails done. You're doing a podcast.
I am very busy. I am genuinely. Like, I'm at a point in my life where I'm pretty overwhelmed. But so that is logistically, that's there. But also, I do think, her point is there's something that's stopping me from getting there.
But I'm sorry. Aren't you also allowed to call in?
Yes.
But you're getting there sometimes and just sleeping. What's that
Sometimes. I haven't been in the office in a year.
about? Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I'm mostly not getting there. But when I was going there to sleep.
But you know what? That sleep is the best medicine.
Yes.
Thank you.
I've heard if you don't have sleep, you take like 10 years off your life.
Honestly, it was some of the, I don't nap. And I was able to fall into these deep slumbers when I was there.
Because you know you're being taken care of.
You're being taken care of, someone's thinking of you and they're trapped. They just have to be with you.
It doesn't make you feel good to have someone trapped while you sleep.
I would be so uncomfortable to feel I was wasting a minute's time, even though I guess I would been paying for them.
Oh, we sit in silence for long lengths of time. The number of times on the phone she said to me, June, just to check in, are you still there?
And are you on your phone doing other things or you're just staring off?
Yeah, I'm at Coffee Bean. And
When I'm at the therapist, I feel the need to fill every second.
it's a busy life. It's a busy, busy life. But I emailed, I knew I was going to get in trouble for not showing up this week. And I had emailed the day of saying, can you do an hour later? And I know based on what we talked about last week, this is, a block for me, and
I find this a drag. You've been in there for so long. It's like, I don't have time to discuss
It is a
this
drag.
anymore,
And believe me,
I
I've tried to say, like, I will not be discussing this. Like, you get me when you get me. You get what you get. You don't get upset. Like, I've tried every which way to get around the core subject of why I can't get there. And it doesn't seem to be going away.
Can I ask?
Yeah.
Why can't you get there?
Besides being busy.
Yeah.
But can you just say, hey, I need 2 months off?
I have taken leaves of absence.
But see, my therapist maintains just, it's like having a Klonopin if you're extremely anxious. Sometimes just having it feels better. It's not necessarily that you need to take it.
Well, so her feeling and what she's brought up is that I've experienced so much deep loss that I'm trying to control the loss of her. And so because I'm worried that I might lose her and she might tell me, like, this doesn't make sense anymore. You're paying me and I'm taking your money and you're not coming.
And you're sleeping.
And yeah. you're not awake.
You're simply asleep. It just feels hard to take money when someone's asleep. Okay, go on.
Yeah.
She seems to be doing just fine with that.
Yeah, that I'm trying to like control the enormity of my feelings for her so that I can leave her before she could potentially leave me.
Wow. Is that the case?
I think that might be right.
I can't get there to find out.
Have you had any dreams about that theory? I think that is true.
Wow.
These therapists, I mean, I had mine for 17 years.
Yeah,
This is my...
Years, impressive.
And I'm very scared she's going to let me go. I feel terrified. So anyway, long story short, I tried to write her an email to touch base and say I can't come. And I wrote it to someone else. And then...
That's also what you need to look into that,
believe me, I know. Now, they did have the same first and last initials. So it was an honest mistake.
Was it? See, their whole thing was it wasn't.
There are no mistakes.
But what I'm going to do is, so then I got an email from my therapist saying, like, I really think it's important for us to find a time, and you missed again, and based on our conversation about, blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, wait, but I did email and I did let you know, because what she tries to get me to talk about is like, basically, why do you like having me sit and wait for you?
Okay, just to put it in a different vibe, because my therapist is the same. I will not tell her oftentimes. And a lot of times I will not tell her and then I'll sleep through the appointment, but it'll be at home.
So you're sleeping too.
I just kind of sleep.
Why can't either of you get the fuck up?
Okay, it's mostly, this was back in my day when I wasn't very stable. But I knew the appointment would be at 8:30, and then I'd wake up at 8:20 and I would choose to go back to sleep, because there is something nice about being like, there's one person on this earth that I guess is with me, even though I'm asleep. So I am coming around to this.
Yeah.
I don't sleep at all.
Yeah,
I don't think most people do.
I sleep great.
I get about 5 hours. I get nothing.
Oh, you don't sleep at all in general?
in general.
Oh, I thought you meant just through your therapy.
No, I mean, just not in general. I seem to be
You need to get on something to help you.
dropping it, but
I mean, I don't sleep many hours also, but I do feel like I get good sleep. That's hard.
You need to do something about it.
yeah, no, I know.
What's
I don't mean that in a
happening
bad way.
at night?
What?
I don't mean that in a bad way.
No,
like-
no, I know. I just can't quite rest.
You get back up, or you
No, I'm
can't
just-
fall asleep?
I can fall asleep, but I'll
stay asleep.
I can't stay asleep.
I thought the weed was helping you,
What?
if I can say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that weed was
Sometimes,
helping.
yeah, it does help a little.
That's hard.
Yeah.
I think that's, to me, like the worst type of sleep issue.
Yeah. It's not great.
It's not great.
Wow.
We've really digressed.
I mean, I just want everyone to know, and I know no one wants to hear these two words again, but through all of this, I am thinking of Mamma Mia, because no, I do think sometimes these female therapists become a stand-in for a mom.
Absolutely. And that's why I listen. I listened to the rave reviews of Mamma Mia. I don't think I can see it.
You can't say.
I don't think so.
It's not
tough.
for you. It's not for you.
Yeah. And
there are moments of great joy.
I know, but I don't think I can risk what I know
of
is
course
there
not.
for
I think
me.
you could put on the soundtrack.
I don't think I can listen to that Meryl song.
No, not the. I mean, like just some,
The fun songs.
the fun songs.
I don't know if you should.
She can't even listen to like Dancing Queen.
I don't think so. I'd rather she not.
Okay, sorry, June.
Guys, we're going to take one quick break. We're back.
We're back.
June Diane, any final thoughts about any of it?
Oh, man.
Now, you're not watching Southern Charm. Why?
So I will. I promise you.
I mean, this season is explosive.
But you must start at the beginning.
I will start at the beginning and I will watch all of Southern Charm.
You will love it.
I know. I already do. I mean, I've listened to you talk about Catherine and her custody news. And I'm happy for her. Again, I haven't seen what all has gone on, but that was a little dark for me last season.
It was
a
very
little
dark.
tough for me to watch. Like I just have this image of her like moving car seats around and to nannies, and it was just tough.
It gets darker.
Yeah, it only gets dark.
In case anyone's wondering, the DM I sent to Catherine has yet to be responded to.
Ooh. I mean, it was so bold for you to reach out on your own.
I don't care.
I mean, you know, I reached out to Gretchen Rossi.
What?
Oh, yeah. What did you say to Gretchen?
I reached out to Gretchen Rossi when all of the ladies were attacking her for Bass Lake.
Friend of
What did you say?
friend of ours and person Donna, my writing partner and friend, said this week that she went to Bass Lake, and I screamed, "You went to Bass Lake!" Like everyone would join in, and people looked at me like I was crazy.
So everybody was very hard on Gretchen for that relationship with Jeff. And to me, it's like, a man is dying. Who gives a fuck what's going on here? Like, he is in his right mind. It's not like he's being wheeled around buying her jewelry. Like, he's totally with it. And this
And that's what he chooses.
arrangement absolutely works. This transfer of wealth, I 100% support.
You are all over the place on this issue. I don't even know where to land.
It seems to you transfer of wealth by marriage works for you.
Absolutely.
But not even by marriage. Did they ever even marry?
No, they never got married.
So
They
you're
were
even fine
engaged.
of engagement.
Just him buying her things. I don't think he left her anything. And this kid's got everything.
Made
But
her happy.
I think
and was that okay that the kids got something?
Listen, I mean, no, it wasn't. But I'm just saying that I don't think she made a mint off of that arrangement. I think he left everything to the kids. Or maybe he donated it. I have no idea what he did with the money. But the women were so evil to her.
And so gotcha.
And it was just like, a man has passed. It was so...
And what did you say?
So I couldn't take it anymore. And I reached out.
Reached through the electronic.
Yes, it was on her Bravo blog where she was talking about Jeff. And I don't know if it was like a retrospective on Jeff or some sort of montage. And she wrote about her love for Jeff. And I just left a message.
Quick message.
Under a pseudonym, Denise or something like that. And I just said, I just want you to know, Gretchen, we all know how much you love Jeff. And that was it. It was very positive. It was
simple.
just like,
I have not.
You and your sister will just get some word to someone.
Tiana will get word.
Yeah. I appreciate it.
I felt the need to reach out, but I cannot get beyond.
that's the only time I've ever done it. And it felt crazy, but I'm glad to have, I hope she saw
People
that.
are like, oh, did Catherine write you back? I'm like, guess what? It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
It's not for
She
me.
saw it.
But if she did write you back, how would you
I
feel?
love that. And I'm hoping against hope.
Bated breath. Wait.
Speaking of Catherine, we're going to quickly chat Southern Charm, and then June will get out of your house because it looks like things are wrapping up on your end as well.
Will the house still be going even after you've gone to bed? The house is alive.
Is our tanning person coming tonight as well?
Oh, shit. I forgot to book her.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Why?
It's okay. I just forgot. I just totally
But why?
forgot.
You look great.
You look wonderful.
No, it's just to match, but who cares? Doesn't matter.
Makeup could do.
Yeah. So no, this is it for me and my mobile services for the night.
Anyone on the books for tomorrow?
So the other things I'm always interested in bringing in are masseuses
Yeah, sure.
and into the home. And
I'll bring anything in.
I mean, listen, if I don't have to leave the home and a service will come to me, that's what I'm doing.
I'd love to get dental work at home. I'll do anything at home.
To have a cleaning in your house,
Oh, wow.
that's $1 million idea.
You know I want some anesthesia on the side.
Yeah, to just get it done right then and there.
I bet the super rich get dentistry at home, don't you think?
I know that Tom Cruise had an ultrasound machine in his home.
I remember for Surrey.
That was for Surrey.
Tom Cruise has moved down to the Gold Base.
I know.
What does that mean?
The Gold Base is like kind of where the Sea Org is in Scientology in Florida, like the depths of Florida. And he's moved there to be kind of like in the center of it all and get more clearings.
So it's so funny.
And
like,
he moved with Connor, the eldest of the children.
We know who you're talking about.
Wow. Bella, I don't know where Bella got married, right?
no relationship with Nicole.
I don't see it. And I don't
I'm
believe
listening to Going Clear again, Lawrence Wright's book, like at night, who also is featured in this movie, Three Identical Strangers, this documentary I just saw, which is fascinating. But these 3 triplets, these Jewish boys
gotta see that.
scattered all over Long Island, never knew.
got to see it.
It's wild what happens. But so it got me interested in Lawrence Wright again, and I'm listening to a Scientology book, and it seems, I mean, what the book posits is that they kind of drove Nicole out of the kids' lives.
Ooh, Scientology.
Yeah, because they
institution.
called her a suppressive person.
SP.
Awful. That's groundbreaking stuff I'm saying.
SP.
SP.
Wow. And it's so funny because it's like now we're in the summer of Mission Impossible and it's like, it's all good, guys.
He is.
Everybody loves the movie.
Someone told me a staggering fact today, and I think it's all over the internet, but Tom Cruise is like 3 years older right now than Wilford Brimley was in Cocoon.
I heard Paul just told me that.
Must be making
Paul's
the rounds.
spreading this information out. He just told me that very specific fact.
I just heard it today too.
Might have been from Paul.
I bet it was.
I would be powerless against Tom Cruise.
Oh, yeah.
I was when I met him. I walked by him. I ended up on the wrong floor. I was with Donna, and we ended up at the wrong floor of Universal. We were supposed to go to like a lower level that actual people can get on, and somehow we ended up in the wrong elevator and up in one of the higher echelons. And we walk. I see Tom Cruise just walking, and we're walking down the hallway. I don't remember anything after that, but Donna says that I said hi.
Wow.
He glowed in the dark. Like I was powerless. Like it.
Yeah.
He just
I heard
had
he's lovely.
He just, it's a different, he's
Truly.
at different vibrations than regular humans. Like there was something different. I don't remember a thing. It was like seeing a
And so
unicorn.
all like the human rights violations and stuff going on with kids.
I think all of it is abominable.
Yeah. It's hard to reconcile.
It's a lot like Vicky and Ramona Singer.
It's hard to reconcile. Yeah. No, I mean, he's, whatever Scientology is doing for him, the person is clearly working.
Good pun. Look, guys, this world is so complicated and it's getting darker every day. We're just going down a drain.
yeah.
That's the truth. That's what it feels like.
Should we talk about our charm?
Let me just say one thing. I did do a tarot card reading today, and
Here?
yes, at the Jane Club with a wonderful.
Okay,
woman.
I just want to say quickly, I thought of this event and organized it and then simply didn't, I didn't attend because I forgot to check when it was. I'm sad.
It's going to happen again.
Okay.
It was,
I'd like to come.
Yeah, absolutely. It was incredible. And I want to learn more about this, but apparently the woman who hosted it told us a lot about numerology and the years. Looks like I'm done. Looks like my gels are done. Oh, one more. Okay. Got to get the thumbs back in for a second run. Monitor again. Why is it going off like this? So she said that apparently in numerology, the year that Trump was elected was like it was all destined to happen.
What?
I have a chill.
Like total chaos, destruction, like the end of like the last dying breath of something. And now we're moving into a new order. But basically, like it had to happen and it was going to happen that year.
What she said to me about tarot cards, which prompted me to get some, I thought was beautiful. She said, speaking of therapy, she's like, we're all looking outside for like
Everything's
for
inside.
help, like a therapist and this and that. But there's also things we can just simply do on our own, like just pull a card and get information. Like we don't always need to be going to our manicurist, to our. I'm kidding you, I'm kidding. And I love that. Although I told you I was at one of the darkest points in my life 2 weeks ago, truly. And I was like crying on my bed and I was like, I don't know what to do right now. There's no one to really call. Like, I don't know what to do. I'm just going to pull a tarot card, I guess, and just like let it inform what's going on. And it genuinely, guys, was a skeleton lying on the ground in the fetal position. And the card was called death. And I was just like, yeah.
Well, what do you do with that
So
information?
apparently what you're supposed to do, what I learned today, is ask the deck a question.
Oh, I asked.
And that's
What's going on?
And it said death?
Death. But here's the weird thing. Things have really turned around from
Since then.
So I'm almost like what I tried to interpret it as, because it was simply too dark to interpret it any other way, is that this is the death of something.
Yes.
Of
a
one-
new order.
Yeah.
Of a chapter.
And the starting of a new.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. That's 100%. I mean, I pulled a great card today and I was thrilled with it.
What was it?
So I asked
Queen of...
It was, but here's the thing. I'm going to be totally honest. Every time I've gotten a tarot card reading or pulled cards, I've gotten readings and cards that are
Royalty.
pretty phenomenal. So,
So have I, but that's except for death. But I'm like, is that
actually,
real?
that's not true. I did get one. I did get a death card.
Cream is going on, everybody. Cream is going on.
This is June's hands getting lotioned.
It was like,
Thanks,
you know, I
Matt.
did
and
pull
I
a
do
death
want to
card.
do a little plug for my manicurist who did this amazing. Guys, these are the nails, by the way.
Gorgeous.
Aren't they lovely?
Just beautiful.
Yeah. Always elegant, but
Maya comes to us straight from Busy Phillips, who
Yeah, who
used to
always-
do her nails, and you've
Yeah.
done mine, and you're lovely.
and Maya's Instagram is Maya Yappo. MAYAY Apple. So please check her out.
She has
She's-
some insane nail art on her Instagram.
Beautiful.
But if you are in LA and are looking for a wonderful mobile nail service, please
yeah,
check her
she's
work out.
unbelievable. Look,
And
we
I
could
will
get to
Venmo
Southern
you,
Charm,
Maya.
but I feel like all we should say about Southern Charm is that I'm ready for next week's reunion.
Yeah.
And I'm good to not hear the men defend Thomas Ravenel anymore.
Yeah. And I want to see what Ashley has to say, and yet I don't, because there's nothing to say. Though she's lost a ton of weight. I don't know if you've seen her kind of in like the scenes for this week coming. And she's lost an unhealthy amount of weight because she is a terrible person. And I think that this is
Yeah,
eating her.
There's a level in her consciousness. She knows.
Yeah.
Like when she arrived to the reunion and was getting dressed, she was so scared. Like
Yeah.
her hands were shaking. She knows deep down. But I don't need to hear Shep be like, Thomas is a great guy. 1% of him is bad.
no, I would say 90% of him is bad.
And the only thing, I love Cameron, and I appreciate that now that she's a mom, she feels badly for the way she treated Catherine as a mom. But I'm a little like, you were really nasty.
She was so nasty last year.
Too little, too late.
He says someone who's never seen Southern Charm. I don't know. I love Craig. I could listen to his woes about trying to design those pillows in his sewing career.
Pillows, Craig.
Let him sew.
Let Craig
Craig is
sew.
designing pillows?
Craig is
He's sewing.
He sews for work now.
As a tailor?
Nope. He makes pillows and he makes onesies. He's made a bear, but the bear pattern was too complicated for him. And so sometimes he'll present just like stuffing in like a sack to someone, but he makes pillows.
But he also said deadlines are.
Saying.
He said deadlines are other people trying to control you. When he couldn't, like, basically Patricia wanted to do like, pillows with him, and he could make the deadline.
If you are the person in our Chicago show that was wearing a t-shirt that said, "Let Craig sew," please reach out to me on Instagram. I need to talk to you. It was so funny.
Oh, I loved it.
Let Craig sew. I mean, I don't think there's anything really much to say until we can see Ashley in the flesh next week.
Yeah.
Reminder, a source told us that the next two reunions are the wildest thing that have occurred on Bravo.
Can't even imagine what that means.
Wildest
at this
reunions yet. Guys, we're going to end this show with a little clip from Potomac.
point. Yeah.
I know we were jumping all around. We didn't really get to everything, but
But then again, we got to everything.
we did. So Ashley from Potomac has made a music video of the song that she sang at the open mic at her husband's restaurant. It is so amazing. I'm just going to leave it here. Please look up the music video. It's her kind of like song to try to win him back about their relationship, and it's so insane. And I just want to play us out with it.
Also, I just want to remind everyone, Casey and I are going on tour. We're coming next week, guys. We're coming to Fort Lauderdale on August 2nd. We will be in Philadelphia on the 3rd. We will be in Boston on the 4th. And we will be in D.C. on the 5th. 2 shows on the 5th in D.C., 2 shows on the 4th in Boston. And we can't wait to see all of you and meet you and have such a good time. We're really looking forward to it.
Yeah, and we added a show in Boston and we have some more tickets to that. And the last Housewives bit of news I can't believe we didn't share is that apparently Sheree is saying that she was not offered a good enough contract and so she's quitting.
Guys,
I feel like that might be just like joggers.
that is joggers.
Joggers. We'll see.
Thank you, June Diane.
And someone told us Phaedra's filming. Someone said they saw Phaedra filming.
They said they saw her with Candy filming.
Thank you. Wow. June Diane, thank you.
Thank you guys for accommodating me. I know that it wasn't easy. I know you heard a lot over here.
Yeah, we heard a lot.
Yeah.
But it
Long
was
lost
kind of
family
like-
members.
It was kind of like Stomp, like you said, just like a soundscape.
Yeah. Just nice.
Bring into noise, bring into funk.
Thank you, Lyra.
Thank you, Lyra, our engineer. Thank you, Earwolf. Thank you, Luce. Thank you, July.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Kim.
See you guys next week.
All the things I want to tell you, we've been through it all, but we rise, not fall. Baby, right from the beginning, we've been through thick and thin, and now we're back again. Coffee and love tastes best when hot. That's how we started, and we won't stop. No land or sea could ever keep you from me. The day we met, it was in our destiny. And when we started, yes, it was rough. Judgment, Judy, and bitter Betty's. But we've shown that our love is true. I love the look of those baby blues.
One little announcement. Danielle and I are taking the month of August off, but we will be back after Labor Day. And of course, we'll pipe in with any breaking news or special announcements. Bye. And in case anyone's interested, my family will be on Celebrity Family Feud, as some of you may know, and it airs on August 12th. I'd love everyone to just get eyeballs on my father, my stepmom, my brother, my sister-in-law, and I playing Craig Robinson's family. Bye.